Hey, Shalom family. Welcome to another edition of Maccabees TV. It's your brother Priest Daniela, Lions of Israel, Maccabees Lions Council. On this Tuesday morning, was just actually doing some research and preparing one of my many PowerPoints that I'm working on. I think currently, y'all might laugh when I tell y'all this. I think currently right now, I'm probably in the process of working on about 15 PowerPoints simultaneously, about 15 of them. I'm just all over the place. Like some days I'm inspired to study this, some days I'm inspired to study that. So I do, depending on what I'm studying, I'm working on that particular PowerPoint. So I have about 15 different PowerPoints I'm working on simultaneously, but that has nothing to do with the topic of what I am talking about today. You might say, well, you look at the title like, what do you mean read the fine print? Well, I'm going to show you, brothers and sisters, in a moment. Let me just take a moment to shout out those that's in the building. Assad, shalom to you. Sade 8891, shalom to you. Obadiah Israel, shalom to you. Channel number 5, shalom to you, right? So I don't want this video to be very long this morning, so I'm going to make it really brief, right? So we all know in this day and time that us as so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, our people as Israelites, I'm focusing on us, we have a herd mentality. The Most High refers to us as sheep, right? For a lot of reasons. And it's very appropriate because we as Black people have a herd mentality. When we see the herd going one way, we follow along with where the herd is going. You know what I'm saying? We don't think for ourselves. The craze now in our community is DNA. That's all everybody wants to talk about. I just had Brother Ngozi, shout out to him on the channel. I had him on here because everybody's talking about DNA, and he's one of the brothers that's really I want to say really passionate about the study of DNA, as well as the brothers from How Music. So it's a big topic, right? And we all know that the conscious community, they're telling us that if we want to prove we're Israelites, we need to take a DNA test. But this is what I want to tell you, brothers and sisters, right? This is a warning. Do not have a herd mentality. Dwayne Yosef, shalom to you and shalom to everybody in the chat. Do not have a herd mentality, because when you take one of these DNA tests and send it back, right? Once you send it back, you lose control of your DNA, the one that you sent back. I'm going to show you that. Most brothers and sisters, I'm not talking about us as Israelites, hopefully the ones of you that did take DNA tests, at least hopefully some of y'all took the time to read the terms and conditions. Have y'all ever looked at the terms and conditions on some of these tests? I'm going to show you one. As I said, I'm sitting here, I'm working on a PowerPoint, and I'm reading the terms and conditions for one particular ancestry test. I said, I got to go live to show this to the family, because people have a herd mentality, and you can take this information and you can show it to your loved ones. Let me show you one of the ancestry tests, one of the DNA tests. Let me show you their terms and conditions, which a lot of our people don't take time to read before they take the test and send it back. Let me show you. Let me share my screen. Shalom, Divine Prospect. What's going on? Let me show you. They say if you want to hide something from a Black person, put it in a book. I'm going to add to that. If you want to hide something from a Black person, put it in the terms and conditions, because we don't read as a people. It's insane. Check this out, family. Let me go to slideshow and let me share from my current slide, right? This is the ancestry test known as Ancestry DNA, brothers and sisters, right? All right, let's look to the left real quick. Let's go to the bottom. Hopefully you brothers and sisters know that there are pretty much 3 types of DNA tests, right? You have Y DNA tests, you have MT DNA tests, and you have autosomal DNA tests, right? We as Israelites, if we were, which I don't recommend, but if we were to take a DNA test to trace our nationality, you would not take an autosomal DNA test. You would take a Y DNA test, which would trace your fathers. But that's neither here nor there. That is not what I'm here to talk about. You see the title of the slide? If you take an ancestry DNA test, they own you. It's in the terms and conditions, which most people don't read. Let's read the terms and conditions. Watch this, right? It says, ownership of personal information, additional user information, and user-provided content. You own your personal information. That's true. Additional user information and user provided content, but we need certain rights from you to use that information and content. By using the service, you grant us the right to collect, host, transfer, process, analyze, communicate, and store your personal information, including your genetic information and additional user information, in order to A, provide the service to you and others, B, for the purposes described in the terms and our privacy statement, C, to help our users discover more about their family histories, and D, for any other purpose for which you expressly agree, such as sharing with others. Also, this is the point. This is the point. Also, by submitting user provided content through any of the services, you grant Ancestry a sublicense worldwide, royalty free, to host your DNA, to store your DNA results, to copy your DNA results, to publish your DNA results, and to distribute your DNA results. They can distribute it to whoever they want, to whomever they want. Provide access to create derivative works of. They can create derivative works of your DNA without your permission. And what are these derivative works? They don't even specify. It's very vague. Let's continue. And otherwise use such user provided content to the extent and in the form or context which we deem appropriate, on or through any media or medium, with any technology or devices not known or hereafter developed or discovered. So if they create a device or develop a technology or discover a technology in the future, they reserve the right to use your DNA. This is what you're signing up for when you buy this test, but it gets better. This includes the right for Ancestry to copy, display, and index your user provided content. Ancestry will own the index it created. Let's read that again. That's why I got an arrow there. Ancestry will own the indexes it creates. So you own the DNA test that you send into them, but if they create an index of their own, they own that outright. With your DNA and your results, they own it outright. You don't. We will also have the right to continue to use your user provided content, meaning your DNA, even if you stop using the service. So even if you stop using the service, Ancestry DNA, even if you stop using them, they still own your user provided content. They own it forever, even if you change your mind. Y'all don't see this? You sure you want to? You don't know you don't know what technology they're going to come up with. You don't know what they're going to create. So once you give it in, you give it in, and you can't go back. Now I want to look right here real quick, right? Y'all see this word right here, index? Y'all see that right there? They can create an index, right? And they will own the index. There is a word missing, brothers and sisters, that I want you brothers and sisters to understand. And I learned this when I took statistics in school. There is a word missing. That word is called aggregate information. That word is not here in the terms and conditions. If you don't know what aggregate information is, I'm going to help you. Let's go right over here, right? And let's look at what aggregate information is. Here it is. Aggregate information means such information concerning the usage, habits, patterns, and/or demographic classification of end users as a group without specifying the identity of an individual. So when they do like statistics, like when they do polls, when they do surveys, right? And they come up with the statistics from these polls or surveys that they do, they present the information to the public in aggregate, meaning your name is not associated with the results. They will just tell you, hey, 70% of people, let's say, are going to vote for 70% of Black people are going to vote for Bernie Sanders or whatever like that, right? They'll call your home and do a survey with you over the phone and to ask you who you're going to vote for, but they don't associate your name with your answers. That's called aggregate information. When you come back and look at the terms and conditions for Ancestry.com, when they say that they're going to index your information, it's not going to be in aggregate, meaning your name is going to be associated with it. It will be associated with your DNA, and they're going to own it. They're going to own it. Y'all don't see that? That's one of the reasons why I personally say I'm not taking one of these bad boys. Now, granted, I will say this: not all the DNA tests of terms and conditions are the same. Some of them, um, some of them don't have that, right? But I just wanted to show you, brothers and sisters, that it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope when you get into this whole DNA thing. And they're not telling you, brothers and sisters, this. That's what you got us for. This is what you got us for. You see what I'm saying? I got a whole presentation on this whole DNA craze. I got a whole joint. They say that Israelites don't know nothing about science. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Just because, anyway, I'm through the spirit and power of the Most High. I try to be on top of everything. Yeah, real quick, let me just share my screen again, because some of y'all don't know this, and I'm gonna get out of here after this. I don't want this video to go past 15 minutes, right? So I'm gonna share this real quick. Learn these things, brothers and sisters. This is very basic information. Let's go through this real quick, right? There are 3 types of DNA tests. All right, you have the Y DNA test. That is to trace your fathers. As an Israelite, if you were to take a DNA test, this is the one you are supposed to take, because it traces your fathers, right? Then you have another DNA test called an MT DNA test, right? That is your mitochondrial DNA test. That's mitochondrial DNA is passed down from mother to child. You would not do an MT DNA test if you're trying to trace your nationality. And the third one that you have is called an autosomal DNA test, which is the one that Ancestry DNA is. You also wouldn't do this one if you wanted to trace your nationality. But that's for a whole nother. I'm going to go into all this at another time. But the point is that these mofos right here, they own your DNA. They can create their own indexes. It won't be aggregate information, which means your name will still be associated with it. And if you decide to stop using them, they keep in the DNA anyway, and they can use it for whatever the hell they want, and you ain't got nothing to say. That's what you signed up for. And because we as Black people have a herd mentality, we don't read the terms and conditions of nothing. You just, hey, what was that? If you from back in the days where they had that whole Eazy-E video, man, that whole Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg video, I believe it was for Dre Day. At the beginning of the video, man, when the dude said, man, here, why don't you sign this contract? I mean, sign your life away, right? Because that's what pretty much what a lot of our people do. They sign record deals. They don't read the fine print of the contract. A lot of rappers are signing 360 record deals. They don't read the fine prints of the contract. And then what happens with them? They wind up making millions of dollars, and they still live in the projects because they don't read. Well, it's not just rap contracts. It's everything. Negroes don't read. All right. So I just wanted to share that little bit of information with you, brothers and sisters. Hopefully you found it helpful. Most definitely one day I'm going to do the whole PowerPoint for y'all, because I got a whole PowerPoint on this whole DNA thing. And also, Ngozi's going to come back on, and he's going to actually do a live show where he's going to take questions from you, brothers and sisters. So look out for that. Most I will, I'll see some of you brothers and sisters in Fort Lauderdale at the summit, if it be the Most High's will. Make sure y'all come through and let me know you watch the channel, you support. And as always, I got right now almost 70 people in the house. I'm not even looking to see how many likes I got, because I'm sure it's not enough, because y'all don't show y'all brother no love. I'm not begging y'all today. I'm out of here. Shalom, everybody. Be safe. Most High be with you. Hostile MGTOW. I see you, King. Shalom, man. Shalom to everybody in the chat. Peace. I appreciate you. Shalom to everybody that's watching on Facebook also. I appreciate y'all. I'm about to get out of here. I'm at work. I got something to do. Then I'm going to go head in the gym. I'm on my way to 1,000 pounds on a leg press, y'all. Look out for that. I'm going to film it when I get there. You heard? Shalom.